Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Strange Origins podcast, Loki edition, episode 5.
Ooh,
We're here.
man, we're getting there, man.
We're
Sad.
there. We're there. We're in the home stretch.
It's just sad now, man.
It is.
Like that. The more I watch this, like I'm excited what's happening, but at the same time, I'm just like, man.
I'm just like, I want more, but I think it's come to its natural conclusion, or it's coming to, for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm.
anyway, like, I mean, I'll start off right on the bat. Like, I thought this episode, in the weirdest possible way, was the worst, but not in a bad way. Like,
Yeah.
it was the one with the least amount of content.
Yeah, it was just basically like a filler with a bunch of fucking Easter eggs.
Yeah, it was fan
Like,
service. Is basically what it was.
Man, it was.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm enjoying Loki as it is anyway. So to me,
Yeah.
I can enjoy Loki just standing around looking into the wilderness anyway, like not saying a word. Like, but it was good.
Simply.
Nah.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning, like they sort of do this thing where we all wanted to know like the variants of Loki. That's all we want to know, and then they fucking take us to the TVA, like typical TV show. And I was like, I don't care about the TVA at the moment.
But it's pretty sick though. I kind of liked like the opening shots. Like,
Oh
where
yeah,
it's
that was
upside-
it was cool.
It's kind of portraying like the entire show is pretty much just flipped upside down at the moment.
But that was
So, like,
me
damn.
as a consumer, like just going like,
Fair.
can you fucking just show me alligator Loki, please? Because that's all I want to see right now. He was sick.
I'm not lying. He was a fucking highlight of the entire.
I loved
episode.
alligator
Like,
Loki. Like
he was sick.
I loved
He was-
because Loki in the show, like even actually like said what we were all thinking. He was like, do you know what? This is all messed up that I didn't even notice that was an alligator. Like one of the thing, and I was like, yeah, because the first time I saw that, I was like, wait, go back, was that an alligator? It was the same thing. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's like the way they did it was it didn't have any dialogues. This is why I like the whole idea of it. It's like they didn't try to add dialogue, or he didn't like couldn't control. He couldn't like do like a telekinesis telepathic
Yeah,
thing, right?
yeah.
He just fucking grounded, gave like weird
Well,
looks every now and then.
That's the thing.
right.
Like, there was nothing about that alligator that was Loki apart from their little helmet he had. Like, he had no magic powers. He
Yeah.
had nothing.
No, but the funny thing is, like, old Loki was like, "Oh, he's green." I'm like, "Well, is a fucking green."
Yeah, but that's what made me laugh, because when he was talking to like him about that, he was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, so you've never come across him?" He's like, "Literally, I think you just found a random fucking alligator. Like, I don't think this is a Loki. I think he just found a helmet and you strapped it on him."
Yeah, going back to when they had the whole talk with Mobius, it's like, is there like another Mobius? Is there like the whole theory of like
Yeah.
multiple Mobius being
Still hasn't
like,
been confirmed yet, so we're not
Yeah.
sure. Like, the problem is like when we get to the last episode and things, usually things stop getting revealed. Like,
True.
so I'm
True,
like,
true.
maybe I think that's it. With every episode that passes, your
Yeah.
theory, your awesome theory about the time stone is slowly slipping away through our grasp, and I'm just like, because if it was like if he had it, man, he probably would have used it by now. I'm thinking.
Yeah, true.
Like, he was stuck on a fucking wilderness about to fight whatever that thing was, Eliath. Like, and he was about,
Yeah.
he was about to destroy that. If he wasn't gonna bust out a time stone, I don't know when he was. So
Or like a power stone. Or some
yeah,
shit.
so I thought it was a fucking sick theory, but I don't think it's got anything now.
It's all going down to fucking shit now, man.
We did, I
Nasty,
did call it as well. Like, it is basically
Yeah.
a limbo.
Yeah.
And it is a place where they just dump all their shit, like, and just be gone with it. But like, I didn't know it was
Yeah.
gonna be like Eliath. I know Eliath is like a death cloud like thing. It's an
yeah,
actual thing.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was gonna be there though. I didn't know about that, like being where they sent them.
Like, yeah, I didn't think that either. But apparently, Atlantis is like his like it doesn't matter what, because he just devours time. He's like
I think I remember it's like he devours temporal energy.
Yeah.
Is specifically
Yeah.
what it is.
and like I think Kang is like mad scared of him because there's no time. There's no like you can't like fuck around with it. Even
Yeah.
if Kang is scared of this fucking thing, think about how like strong it is.
But this
Like,
is
you
the
know?
thing. Like, so are we coming to this point and this conclusion where Kang is scared of it, but it's sort of like keep your enemies close, like sort of thing. So
Yeah.
is he in that fucking little complex? Because we see at the end, for all the old audience, we see at the end that that this Eliath is basically, I mean, Sylvie calls it. It's basically just a watchdog, a guard dog for the actual base. Like,
giant doorway.
Yeah, to whoever has created the TVA. And so we finally see it, and at the end, I mean, we jumped ahead to the end, but who cares? Like, you see, like, at the end, we see at the end that they go through, and they're about to go in, and I was like, this better not fucking end here. And then I checked the time, and I was like, you bastards.
Of course.
I thought they might peek through the doorway, and then it would stop, but...
Yeah, but they don't want to. They'll be fucking too much, man. But, like...
So it's Kang, right?
I don't know. Again, I have a theory now. Someone, like... Because someone else trying to explain it, it was like, it's like because of that castle, it could be Doctor Doom.
Oh, could it? Yeah.
Because like
they did this thing with like what's his name,
and shit,
and Mephisto
as well,
where it was just sort of like it wasn't actually who you thought it was.
Yeah.
It's like why can't it now? It probably won't be Kang because we've all predicted it. And it's just like they were just trying to red herring you, which is probably true.
Yeah. Because because in like the Ant-Man, like the third one, he was supposed to be fully revealed. There's no way they're gonna if he was supposed to be revealed in that movie.
Yeah.
They
have already cast him though.
Yeah, they already cast him, but I don't think they're gonna reveal what he would look like in a TV show when they haven't even like done any production yet.
But
I don't know,
the Doom thing. I'm just like, but why? And also, I swear, like he's never done this.
It's a big role.
He never did this before, like the TVA bullshit.
Not so much a TVA, but I think he plays a bigger role.
But this is why I'm like, no, he plays a massive role, but he doesn't control the TVA. That's always been Kang. So I'm just like, I don't fucking understand what's going on here.
He's working for Kang, Doctor Doom?
Maybe. But then, does Doctor Doom usually work for people? He doesn't usually. He's usually like, fuck you, I'll do it on my own.
He has an alliance. An alliance.
I mean, every single fucking character in the Marvel Universe has an alliance, usually. It's like the fake Avengers and all this stuff. Like,
oh, God.
So there's so many, but I don't know, man. Like, all these TV shows are building up to something, and then when we get to the last episodes, they don't tell us shit.
Yeah, because again, we've been disappointed. We were hoping fucking Mephisto.
Yeah, in WandaVision, literally WandaVision told us everything and then nothing.
Yeah.
So
what the fuck?
Yeah, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier like didn't even answer anything. There was apart from like there's more super soldiers, and then Loki now is answering a lot of questions. If we get to the last episode and they answer it.
Yeah.
I mean, if we go into that castle, I mean, what are you expecting to see in that castle?
I'm either going to see fucking Kang chilling there waiting for them, right? Or Doctor Doom's iconic just chilling there with his fucking chair and just like this. It's like, I've been expecting you.
But then what happens for the next hour of that episode? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't, like, okay, cool, we see Kang, or we see Doctor Doom, and we just go, so what, they talk for 40 minutes? Like...
Exactly. So, we don't fucking know, but...
There's got to be something more. I don't know. I really don't know, like, what's going to happen. At this point, I don't know.
Unless Ravana has a bigger role, because even she's curious. So I'm thinking she might try and track.
She's curious, like, and everyone else in the TVA still doesn't know. But she is quite curious. That's why it still leads me to think that it's Kang, because she has that connection with Kang before.
But
at this point, like do you know what? At this point, there could be a fucking another Loki just sitting on that throne. Like, it could be a variant. He could have just been the guy controlling it from the beginning. I don't know.
Like the truest Loki.
Yeah, like it would just be a variant of like, because they keep referencing Loki wants to control the TVA, and I'm just like, maybe there's a Loki just chilling on that thing throne like this, like just being like,
I mean, it's a castle.
Yeah,
he's always wanted to rule.
Yeah.
That's a possibility. Again, that's a pretty big feat even for Loki. No offense in that. Like, for him to go through like the whole TVA thing, fucking going with like the whole guard dog.
I mean,
that's fucking.
Okay, look. I mean, this is all as a theory, but it would make sense as to why the TVA and the Timekeepers were all obsessed with catching Loki variants. Would make sense. That why this Loki was obsessed, because he's narcissistic, about Lokis. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. It's a possibility. It's a fucking possibility.
I mean, it's a possibility that it could be none of this bullshit and it's just a fucking alligator sitting there. I don't know.
The biggest fucking
Daddy alligator.
oh man, it's just
I
I
don't
don't know anymore, man. Like I'm like baffled right now.
Nah,
I'm like,
I really don't know. Like when they got there, like, and they they did the whole we're gonna go into this castle. I don't recognize that castle from anything. I've never seen that
yeah.
sort of reference. It literally just looks like Castlevania to me. Like I don't understand.
Kind of reminds me of like you remember like is it Avengers 1 or 2 when they were fighting like the first opening of Avengers 2 I think
Yeah,
where they're fighting the castle. It kind of looked like that castle.
it does. Yeah,
I don't want to make.
but this area wasn't part of Limbo, was it? Like it was inside sort of a Goliath. Like if you looked at the surrounding areas, it was not in that Limbo. So
no,
it's
it
like
was
a doorway, right?
yeah.
I still don't know where
Like,
that is.
it could be like fucking Dormammu. Who knows? Like,
Dude, I don't know, man.
Christ.
We'll get there and some evil Doctor Strange is sitting on the throne or something. I don't know. It would be great to do evil villains. That'd be sick. Like evil heroes. Like
The what if, that's the what if episode.
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
what if thingy, but
I can't wait for that sort of stuff. But like we're I mean, like there was not much to discuss in terms of answers in this show, but
it's more like
there's
Go on.
heaps to discuss about like Easter eggs and
oh
like
yeah,
little
that and
references.
also like it's like the way they word certain like when the whole dialogue thing as well.
In which way?
Like with like the Mobius and like the old Loki when they were talking that fucking campfire shit.
Hmm.
It's almost I know it's like it's always like it's them trying to like and how should I say it's like having one word but two meaning behind it.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
there's a lot of that.
So
Yeah.
it's like a lot of like not foreshadowing, but like I don't know how to explain it, but it's a lot of like misdirecting.
Yeah.
in my
I mean,
opinion
that's
as well.
Loki to a T, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
oh, by the way, I did just remember like something that maybe backs up the theory that Loki is sitting in that castle. Like, do you remember when like old Loki does like all this massive like illusion, and then the other Loki goes, I think like he's like, oh, how's he doing that? Sylvie says, and then
Yeah.
Loki goes, oh, I think we're stronger than we think we are. I'm like, there you go, he's sitting in that castle. Now Rod's starting to go, maybe,
It's a fuck ton of illusion right there, boy.
Yeah, but like maybe it's not him, but I'm just saying like that's sort of like a foreshadow to Loki's are stronger than you think they are. Maybe he could control the whole TVA. Maybe he did do all this mastermind shit. Maybe it's a really old Loki.
Yeah, it's a possibility because again, we had the old Loki fucking survive.
Yeah, or maybe he
Like,
did
he's-
this all so he can change Loki's fates. I don't know.
Because like they did say like Loki's like with the master of was it chaos or something? Or...
Yeah, and it's like, and he's always destined to like lose. He's destined
Yeah.
to like sort of
Yeah.
be the one that loses, and he said like quite a sad point actually. Like I think it's the old Loki or something. He's like every time we want to change, like we get TVA'd, like we get like purged.
Yeah, the
kid said that, yeah.
The kid said- So it's like every time we want to try and change, we'll end up in this shit. Which
Yeah.
I'm like, that,
It's like you want to be
It's
better,
true.
but the TVA is like, no, you're not meant to be like that.
yeah, and it kind of like fucks with you a
It's
bit.
kind of
'cause,
sad,
like,
yeah. Like in a way, it's like, oh, that's kind of tragic.
like, you're just born just to be in that destiny, no matter how much like you change it.
And also, he brought up an interesting point as well. Like the R Loki, he says like he was like, I don't understand. Like, aren't we all destined to like die to Thanos?
Yeah,
Which I thought was quite interesting. I didn't realize like everyone was destined to sort of like go down that path. And
True.
I didn't know that was going to be the end point for everyone's goal because some people didn't make it there. So for instance, Kid Loki didn't make it because he killed Thor.
yeah.
So he didn't even make it to the Thanos part. But apparently what he's referencing there is that everyone's meant to die. Like every Loki is destined to die at that point.
Yeah,
Which is interesting because I didn't think of it like that. Because even old Loki, like he didn't die, but he went to like some like distant place, right, where he wasn't going to bother anyone. And the TVA thought, do you know what? As long as he doesn't interact and talk to anyone, he can stay there where he wants. And as soon as he said to himself, like even when he stepped foot off that place and wanted to go and see his brother, they purged him. So it's almost like they're scared of what Loki can do if he doesn't die to Thanos You know, it's weird. Or if he gets too strong, because sorry for the interrupt, but the kid like killed Thor, which would then show that he's stronger. Like, and he realizes how strong he is, and the TVA don't like that. As soon as Loki finds out that he's stronger than he should be, they purge him.
Yeah, not just that. One of the Thor had fucking Mjolnir.
Yeah.
So like,
or one of the Lokis rather.
Yeah, sorry. One of the Lokis.
Do you know what? I didn't even think that was Mjolnir. I thought that was just something that he made. It looked like something he just put together. Yeah, it looked like something like he was like maybe in honor of his brother or something like that. Because it didn't look like Mjolnir. It was kind of golden. It was kind of like put together haphazardly.
You do have a point because the frog Thor, he was chasing the same.
Yeah, that was actually like a proper one.
Yeah.
That's one of the references, by the way, guys. We were going to talk about is that when it pans underneath the layer sort of thing, you see Mjolnir, like the proper one, and then you see Frog Thor, literally in a fucking glass jar, like trying to smash into that Mjolnir. It's like, I guess he's not worthy. He couldn't summon it to him or something. Like,
I think he is, but it's just like
it's not his, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe it's like a fucking like a fuck you, but in a way.
Yeah. See, I was talking to Rod about this before we went on podcast, but what that shows for me, that little glimpse of that Easter egg shows that a Thor has been purged before, and we all know from the first episode or the second one where they say that Lokis are by far the most common variant that comes in to this TVA, but it does show that sometimes a Thor or something like that gets brought in. And I was saying to Rod, does that mean that there's a Thanos like bowling around there or something? Like, it's a possibility.
You mentioned that because in before they go into the layer, you see a fucking Thanos copter.
Yes, there was a Thanos copter, which I was like a bit confused at. I don't know what.
Yeah, so maybe again that's a reference to comic. Maybe that's how they got Thanos because they're supposed to have.
There's so much like
and
there's super powerful beings like Thor's. Pretty powerful, like compared to like Loki, he can do a lot more, I guess. So it's one of those things where it's like, and that big hammer definitely isn't Frog Thor's. So there's multiple Thors that have been purged down there.
And it shows you like how strong this area is because
they can't escape.
Even, like, exactly. Yeah. Unless they manage to fucking mind control the fucking giant beast or whatever the fucking sky thing is.
I mean, like,
so like
we also see like was it the guy the Loki that has the hammer? He's I mean he says this bullshit story where he's like, oh, I killed Iron Man and Captain America, and everyone's like, yeah, sure. Like it changed so much shit.
Yeah. And the fucking crocodile was like, well, I mean, when he said to the crocodile, well, at least
you ate the wrong cat or something like that.
This is why I love like small things like that, like the fucking crocodile. Man was ready to fight at any given moment. He didn't give a shit.
Well, that's what makes me think he's more like Thor. Like it's just like, I want to fight you. But
you mentioned that it's like when they were having a big massive fight as well between all
the variants.
Lokis, right? The big fucking guy with a hammer, he felt like Thor.
Yeah.
He was like so fucking boastful. Like after he smacks some motherfucker, he was so like boastful, like loud.
Well, you mean the one with the hammer, right?
Yeah.
So, funny enough, like we were watching that episode, and we have subtitles on, and on the subtitles, his name is Boastful Thor. Boastful Loki. So it's actually boastful. Like he's just a really fucking braggadocious Loki. I did find it like, go on.
I wonder if it's magic because he's so physically like
maybe. I mean, it did like I thought that whole scene was pretty cool though. Like when they were all fighting, it's like, I betrayed you. It's like, no, I betrayed. And you just see our Loki at the back going, oh, for fuck's sake, man. Is this what I sound like? Because I fucking hate it. It's so good. Like, he's sort of like, I've grown old of this. I don't care.
Yeah, and like, again, it shows you that, like our Loki and then the few, like, selected Loki, they've, like, come to the point where, like, am I really, like, this sort of, like, boastful and, like, so fucking arrogant and, like...
And they haven't learnt that yet, but he's just like, oh, come on, man. Like, let's just move on. Like, but he's definitely to the point where he's trying to change. But that also makes me think, like, if he didn't make that journey to change like our Loki until like the third episode. He was still the boastful Loki. Like he was still going around saying, "I'm a god." Like I do this stuff. Like,
Yeah,
do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's one of those things that he's only learned because of this time he's been in at the TVA for.
TVA and also the fact that he almost got fucking wiped like twice.
Yeah, and he saw himself
Yeah.
like die, and he saw like his mother get killed because of him and all that stuff. So
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's like
there's a couple of things like that.
mm.
But he like we saw like thank
Yeah.
fuck for Mobius is still alive. And we were very
Oh
happy
man,
about that.
that was a nice little heartfelt moment between those three actually, especially
Yeah.
with Loki. I think because like he's said to him like multiple times, you'll never be able to be like have someone, or you'll always be alone. And
Yeah.
then there you go, fucking a big ass friendship with the three of them.
Yeah, it's true. And the last words that we see from him is like, "I'm gonna burn the place to the ground," which is pretty cool. So I hope that something like that happens. Like, is he gonna get back there? But I don't know how he's gonna do it.
It'd be sick if like fucking multiple Mobiuses just appeared out of nowhere and be like, yeah, we're variants by the way, and then just fucking start burning TVA down. That'd be jokes.
It's just weird how they would even control all of that. Like, because she doesn't even know. Like, that's what when she was talking to what's her name, B16 or something like the prisoner.
Yeah, B15, I think.
Yeah, like she was saying, like, oh man, like you don't even know. Like you just want to find out who the head of the timekeepers is.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to act like you're official and you're just trying to keep state stability and stuff, but you really are just curious. You don't know
Yeah.
because you don't know what the fuck you're doing anymore.
It's because she fucking worshipped androids for like however long,
Yeah,
and then boom, fucking it's all fake, it's all ruse.
yeah, and she's
Maybe
like
it's-
the only one that knows about the purge thing that doesn't kill him. Because
Yeah.
because she kept saying like, oh, like because the guards when they saw Sylvie's self purge, they turned to him and was like, she's self purged. Like what the fuck? Like because they all think that's death,
Yeah.
but like she's the only one that's like,
There you go, fucking propaganda again.
yeah.
Like,
So it's all like this evil bullshit from the beginning.
Mm.
But no, let's talk about the Easter eggs. Like so, you said you picked
There's
up a
so
couple.
much.
Like I only watched it once, which is unfortunate. I didn't have enough time to watch it multiple times today.
I always have like a double take, especially when you're in the podcast. I always double take.
Yeah.
So there was one with Yellow Jacket. I don't know if you've ever seen Ant-Man.
Oh yeah, well, I mean I have to.
So it's like the first one where the main villain, you could see his helmet, but like a massive helmet just in the background.
Was that the big face thing? Like that's
No,
the
no.
what's that?
I know if he's talking about, but it was like a shot. I think when Loki and the rest was just walking, and then you see just a massive
Oh,
like
shit.
bee-looking thing.
I didn't
So
see that.
he's so there's a thing of people saying that instead of him shrinking, he could have fucking
Oh, he
blew
could
up,
like Ant-Man.
yeah, basically he could have fucking grown big, and like TVA decides to punish him or whatever. And also the Kree ship is there as well. The head of the statue of the Living Tribunal is there. The head of it.
Is
I
that
don't know
what
if
it
you saw
was?
that. Yeah, because there's like three faces, but like one of them was covered.
Was this at the end? Like
This was at the
okay,
end.
because that's what I saw a massive face in the back, and I couldn't quite see what it was.
Yeah, that's actually what the Living Tribunal looks like. Not like the fucking the one in Doctor Strange where like they're a staff or some shit.
Yeah. Okay.
What else is there? There's the massive. Oh, the shield carrier.
the shield
The
carrier.
massive shield carrier. You know that massive fucking thing where they have to go all the way to the top. In Captain America 2,
Yeah.
the massive carrier.
Oh
But-
yeah.
It's actually got like a massive spray paint of Hydra on it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's
like-
fucking weird. I had to like, what the fuck is that? I was
Like,
like, yeah,
you've definitely gone away from the timeline, like Purge.
Yeah, and, also the Sphinx is there.
Yeah, I saw Sphinx.
That was apparently speculating that Kang is behind all of this because of that Sphinx. He was I think he's part of his comics origin.
But again, it could be a red herring, man. Like they've all been pointing towards
yeah,
Kang
it-
here.
Yeah, and also President Loki is straight out of the comics 5 years
Yes,
ago.
I've seen that. Yeah.
That was great. What else is there?
Like literally like spitting image as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the dinosaur bones. What the fuck is the dinosaur bones doing in there?
I don't know. There was a huge spine at one point as well. I don't know if you saw that.
I'm like, are they just like going to fucking different timelines, just vanishing these dudes?
It's just like, can you imagine? It's like fucking dinosaur. He stepped in the wrong direction. Boom. Like,
Exactly.
what the fuck?
it's like Rick and Morty shit.
Yeah. There was you know when you see like the massive I've forgotten what the name of the thing is. the big god dust cloud thing that kills everything.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Eliath, that's it. Like
Eliath,
to the left of
yeah,
him
one
was
name.
like this weird, massive spiral spine thing. I don't know if you saw that,
Nah.
but it looked weird. I don't know what that was. Like it was like a weird
Oh,
structure,
was it like a thing
It-
like almost like a triangle, like a?
but it was long.
Mm.
It was really long.
Oh
Like,
no.
so I don't know what that was. It was like a massive like rhombus sort of thing. Like, and it really looked familiar. Like I've seen it before. Like either from like I don't know, something like Ultron or something like that. But
Oh
it
shit.
rings a bell, and I was just like, that's kind of weird.
Mm.
That's the other thing I was going to ask you, by the way. Like, so in terms of like purging,
Yeah.
do they only purge like organic life form? Because what about AI or intelligence systems? So like, would they have purged something like Ultron? Would that have been like
No.
something that's part of the timeline?
I don't think they would have because if they did purge them, I don't think there's any point in purging them because
What if it deviates from the
it-
sacred timeline?
no, because like if I should say if there are androids that they're technically they can just be destroyed, right? But it's like going back to the first episode when he was getting scanned, if he was an android or not,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I'm assuming if you're an android, you'll die because of that metal detector thing.
So that's what I
so
mean.
I
Like, so like, I guess they would try and get rid of anything that doesn't appeal to
Like-
that. But what if you're like maybe a cyborg or something like that, like part living part like robot, like
I
it-
think they'll still purge you. I
Yeah.
think.
and then like you go
'Cause-
to the end, it would be weird. Like that whole.
Mm.
I don't know. That last area, the limbo area, is what's got me really interested, because it's not the same as the TVA. The power still matters there. So it's just it's just the end of the timeline. It's just an area that beyond the end, right? So in the TVA,
Yeah.
you can't use the Infinity Stones or anything like that. But if they literally purged like Thanos there, who had the Infinity Stones, those Infinity Stones would still work, theoretically.
Yeah, because the magic of Loki was still working.
Yeah, so
in
how
there.
how would he not be able to fuck over like Eliath? He has the time stones. He has things that can control temporal energy. So I'm just like, surely they have to be careful about who they purge. If you purge the wrong guy, like he could mess like the whole thing up. He could get rid of Eliath, no?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because like, I mean, the TVA is being controlled anyway. It's and we all know it's not because of the sacred timeline bullshit.
Mm.
It must be
yeah.
to suit whoever is at the center of this. We assume Kang.
Yeah.
But,
So they're trying to like do the perfect timeline.
yeah. But again, like I keep going back to this. That this TV show can't be too what's the word, important, because the Disney and Marvel have already said at the beginning of this that you don't have to watch the TV shows in order to understand what's going on in the movies. So
Yeah.
so whoever is going to be revealed here is going to be revealed again later on in the movies, and whatever is going to be revealed here can't be too integral to the story, because they've already confirmed that you don't need to see these.
Yeah, because if he did that, like you pretty much spoiled the entire fucking
Exactly.
phase.
So
it's-
whoever is behind this must be being told what to do by somebody else, I think, still.
I'd say Doctor Doom.
I think
Because
Doctor
of the
Doom's
cast.
too powerful, though.
Yeah, but if you think about it, right,
Hmm.
Doctor Doom, and then what? There's a Fantastic Four film coming out soon.
True.
Not soon,
But
but it's in production.
But
right
why wouldn't
now.
he get revealed there?
And
Like, do you see what I mean? Like, it's like, whoever is here has to not matter enough, but still be not too powerful enough, and also be powerful enough to control and be inside Goliath.
Mephisto?
Oh
Like,
god, we're gonna throw out Mephisto.
Is this where the fuck he's been hiding the whole time?
I really don't know what's going on. Like that castle as well threw me off, because I'm just like, who's arrogant enough to reside in a castle? And I'm thinking either only Kang or Loki, really, or sorry, Doctor Doom or Loki.
Oh, Doom, yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
I'm sure we're gonna have some people in the comments like telling us what their theory is, because I'm very interested to think who's gonna be in that castle. Like, it's definitely not gonna be another android. We know that because this is the last episode now.
Ultron.
Yeah, God, there's just Ultron sitting there. Or I'm telling you, man, it could be another Loki. Oh, dude.
It'd be sick, bro. It
Think
would
about
be-
the old Loki, right? The one we saw. What if all that
Yeah.
was just bullshit, man? And he just faked his own death, like, and he's just sitting there on that throne, like that'd be.
Again, he did say he casted the perfect illusion.
Yeah, with...
Even the Mad Titan couldn't even fucking tell.
yeah.
So it's a What?
But then why would he help them? That's what I don't understand as well. Why help them just to reveal himself at the end? I guess he's arrogant, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe they're the key to his plan. They're like the truest Loki out there.
Whoa, we're going like 2 Megamind, 4 head, like 5 head shit. But
Jesus
like,
Christ.
definitely, like, I want everyone to like let me know in the comments like who you think is in that castle. Like just Kang, Doom, Loki. Just that's all I want to know. Those 3 or other.
Mephisto.
Yeah, it's definitely not Mephisto. But I want to know what you guys think because I'm on the edge of my seat, like literally and figuratively.
Yeah, and we're on like the last episode next week, so I'm also curious like when any other Easter egg that we didn't cover or like we missed, you know?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
guys
yeah.
found
I definitely want to watch this episode again so I can see.
It's
Next
easy.
week we may have, fingers crossed, a special guest to join us on the episode.
Hopefully. Yep.
Another, resident expert on Marvel. So it'll be it'll be quite interesting to see if we can get him on the podcast, but depends on scheduling.
Yeah.
Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. Share with your friends because we need some views. And we'll see you next week for the final finale. It might be a little bit of a longer episode as well next week, so we'll see, depending on what's get told to us. But we'll see you guys.
Go.
Goodbye. Peace out.
Peace.